Feeling pretty good, actually. Start to finish, the whole thing went pretty well. I think the best thing that I've enjoyed was the time with the dog, actually putting in the work. And I think that's been the best thing for her too. She really wants to do the work. And I know some people are leery about the prong collar or the e-collar. And like I told Rachel's client, I said, anytime I pick up the collar, my dog gets excited. She's ready to do things, whatever that is. She just knows stuff is going to happen. And that's been pretty rewarding to see the progression. As first like, what is this thing? And now she's excited to do the work. And, I think it's been a rewarding experience for all of us. And I would do it again with my next puppy. Even though I have some of the training, I think it's important to have somebody better than you to help you. Especially as you get into it and you find things that are working and are not working for your dog. Just the tips, especially in the last 3 to 4 weeks of the training. Rachel's been great as far as, hey, try this. She's watched me do it, watched Reese do the things or not do the things, and said, let's just tweak it a little bit. And that's been a really great response for us. I have a lab, and she loves life every second. Which is great. That's one of the reasons why you have the lab. But on the opposite end, you don't want the crazy one and just running everywhere and just like jumping on people. And that was one of the things that she was doing, which she is not doing now. So the last couple weeks, we took her to Home Depot, and it's been amazing, really. Staying on heel, standing down, and I put her right down right in front of the main door, and lots of people walking by, and she stays there. People walking by saying, can I pet your dog? And walking and putting their hands out. She stayed until I told her, to break. And it's just to kind of see that happen is pretty awesome. Having the confidence, knowing that your dog is going to be okay and act appropriately is pretty nice. There have been other dogs in there who were not. And even though the other dogs were not going crazy, but barking and getting all excited to see another dog, Reese kind of just maintained her heel. I gave her the out command once or twice, and she was like, okay, cool, I'll go with you. And kind of just did what she was supposed to do. And, my son, who's 11, had the opportunity to go in there too. And she responded the same way with him. Took once or twice to kind of make that new picture, but in the end, everything worked, and the cashier was like, your dog is amazing. I was like, oh, thanks. But, obviously to get to that point and even going further, it just takes repetition. So, obviously with anything that's new, it's a little messy. It's a little messy. And that's okay, because we learn from the mistakes. And Reese luckily really wanted to work, so in the beginning it was like longer duration sessions. Kept getting it. The last few weeks have been even 15-minute sessions. You don't have to make it long. The more times you practice something, the better it's going to get. And like I said, the repetitions help us both. One of the reasons you should have a dog is the connection that you're making with the dog. And I think it helps the security of the dog and you, and helps build that relationship by just working with the dog a little bit at a time. And again, if you don't have a dog like mine that just loves the work, breaking it down in 15-minute sessions has really been good for both of us. I would recommend doing the one-on-one sessions. Like I said in the beginning, Rachel pretty much led the session and then showed me how to do it, and I did it. And again, you can read on the internet, you can watch Caesar on TV, but knowing exactly what to do by a professional and when to do it has been the biggest thing. I mean, if you're just randomly doing things at random times, the dog gets confused, and it's counterintuitive for training. So I think having the one-on-one with Rachel and doing those things was the best part.